at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Haribo. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting of his name. Haribo, Haribo. Every day the sun will rise, and every day the sun will set. Haribo, what's the value of your life if devotion you don't get? Haribo, Haribo. Take the name into your heart, take it with you when you part. Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting of his name. Haribo, Haribo. Yashamati Nandana, Durvanagara. Haribo, Haribo. Jehovah Adonai, Yahweh Jesus Christ, Haribo, Haribo. Raja Jana Palana, Asura Kurana Shana. Haribo, Haribo. Al-Rahim Al-Malik, Al-Muhaymin As-Salam. Haribo, Haribo. Shiratavara.
Good morning, and grand rising. Whichever one fits for you today. Everything turns into bliss here ultimately. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jesus Prabhupada, 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 Jesus Prabhupada. Gauranga, Jesus, Prabhupada, Jesus, Shri Advaita, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Purchase
Shri
your
Krishna
tracks today.
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna 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 Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Purchase
Rama
your
Rama,
tracks today.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. All right, let's chant a little japa here now. Krishna, Krishna. You can put your microphones on. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. You can put your microphone there on Lalita. I don't know if it's on.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama.
Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama.
Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama.
Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama.
Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama.
Hare
Rama
Rama.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare.
Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama.
Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare.
Rama.
Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna.
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama.
Krishna.
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna.
Rama. Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama.
Hare, Rama Hare
Rama
Rama.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama, Hare
Rama.
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama.
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama.
Hare, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hari Hari.
Rama, 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 Hari
Rama,
Hari
Rama,
Krishna,
Hari
Hari Krishna, 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 Hari 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 Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari Krishna,
Rama, Rama,
Krishna, 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 Hari 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 Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari 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 Krishna, Hari Krishna, 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 Hari 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 Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari 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 Krishna, Hari Krishna, 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 Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Hari 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 Krishna, Krishna, Hari
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Rama, Hari
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna.
Rama, Rama,
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare.
Krishna, Hari Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Hari
Hare.
Rama, Hari Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna, Hari Krishna, Krishna,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari 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 Krishna, Hari Krishna, 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 Rama, Rama, Hari 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 Krishna, Hari Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama, Rama,
Rama,
Hari
Rama,
Hari Hari
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hari
Hare
Hari,
Krishna, Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna, Hari Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hari
Hare.
Hari Hari
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Rama, Rama, Hari 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 Krishna, Hari Krishna,
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 Krishna, Hari 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 Rama, Hari
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Rama, Hari
Rama,
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hari
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama, Rama,
Rama, Rama, Hare
Hari
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
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 Hari
Hare
Hari,
Hare.
Hari Rama,
Hare
Rama,
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 Hare
Hari
Rama.
Hari, Hari
Rama, Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Krishna, 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 Hari Hari,
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna.
Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, 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 Hari Hari,
Hare Hare,
Hari
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Rama,
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 Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna,
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 Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Hari,
Hare
Hari
Rama.
Rama, Hari Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hari
Krishna, Hare
Hari, Hari
Krishna,
Krishna, Hari
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama, Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hari
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hari Krishna, Hari
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hari Hari, Hari
Krishna.
Rama, Hari Rama,
Krishna, Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Rama, Hari Hari, Krishna, Hari Krishna, 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 Hari
Hare
Hari,
Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Hari,
Hare
Krishna, Hari
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna,
Hari,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hari
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Rama, Rama, Hari
Rama,
Hari,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hari
Rama.
Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari
Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hari Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama. Rama,
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna, Hari
Hare
Hari, Hari
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna.
Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama, Hari Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare
Rama, Hari
Hare
Hari,
Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna, Krishna, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare Hare Hare
Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Rama
Rama
Hari Hari Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hari Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare Rama
Hari Hari Jesus Prabhupada Jesus Srila Prabhupada Jesus Srila Prabhupada Jesus Srila Prabhupada Jesus Srila Prabhupada Jesus Jesus Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jesus Srila Prabhupada Priya Dvaita Nityananda Shri Gauranga Gauranga Priya
Jesus.
Shri Advaita Nityananda Gauranga Gauranga Shri Advaita Nityananda 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 Gauranga Gauranga
Srila
Gauranga
Prabhupada.
Nityananda Nityananda
Hare
Gauranga
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Gauranga
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Nityananda
Hare, Hare Rama,
Nityananda
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama,
Nityananda
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Nityananda
Hare
Gauranga
Hare Krishna, Hare
Gauranga
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Nityananda
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna,
Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga
Kuranga,
Gauranga
Kuranga,
Nityananda
Kuranga, Kuranga,
Gauranga Gauranga
Kuranga, Kuranga.
Gauranga Gauranga Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga Gauranga Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga Gauranga Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga Gauranga Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Sri Radharasa Sudhanidhi by Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur. Can you hear me, everybody? Yeah. Something happened here. Oh, there we go. Okay, my mouse is not working that good. Okay, let's try this now. Standing erect, the hairs of his body rebuke the blossoming champaka flowers. Oh. Standing erect, the hairs of his body rebuke the blossoming champaka flowers. Raising his arms again and again, he calls out, Hari Hari, surrounded by his devotees. Again and again he sings and dances, and streams of tears flow from his eyes and sprinkle the ground. Let us glorify him, Lord Gaur Chandra. So the Lord, he would be okay. Yeah, he would either be singing and dancing, and relishing these transcendental mellows, or he would be preaching about the glories of his devotees, the glories of Krishna, the glories of the absolute truth. That would come from his mouth. And that was his life. See, that was his life. What is your life? What is people's lives in this world? That's a question people need to ask. My life is money. My life is my family. My life is, this. But his life, he came to show the perfect example. His life was the absolute truth. That's where the real life is, isn't it? Don't we feel real life? That's why we come here. We're practicing having life, getting life. Yeah. And feeling how that shows up, to really get it, really realize that. This is real life. To be in the Lord and the Lord in us, to be in his name and that name be manifest in us is devotion, awakening. Yeah, just like Radharani. Isn't Radharani is in Krishna? She's in his name, in the thoughts of him and all that, and that Lord is in her. See, that love is in her. See, what a perfect example. Same thing, Nityananda and Balaram. These are first expansions of God. They're in their Lord, and their Lord is in them. Isn't that funny how Jesus was preaching basically the same thing? See, be in me, be in Guru. That's, if you have a real Guru, it's just natural. You say, yeah, this really works. Yeah. I'm in my Guru. I'm in his word. I'm in his name, glorifying my Guru. And he's in me, and we are in the Father. Right? Isn't that how it works? That's a real Guru. That's if you have a real Guru. It's going to be like that. If not, you haven't met the real Guru yet. You don't understand what Jesus was talking about. You don't understand Lord Caitanya. You don't know why they descended to this world to give us the spirit, to live in us. That's the life. When Jesus said, I am the life. The I is the Lord, is the devotion, is the life. Doesn't it? That's the water, man. It makes everything grow. See, it gives the right understanding, doesn't it? See, it always comes back to that. The love of God. Is the love of God in you? If not, go to where the devotees, where the love of God is in them. And then you go. You found the treasure. Most of the world does not have the love of God in them. They have the love of the world, which is, you could say it's love of God, but a worldly love. That's pretty low grade, man. That's like living on the bottom of the well. See? You're not even on the surface. You're in the very dense material realm of energies. See, and then you have a dense density in you. Even your words are very dense. See, very lack real knowledge. See, real life. They can't give life. They just give more and more illusions because you haven't realized the truth. It's very practically everybody. So we got to meet the deliverers. See, the deliverers who are in the Lord, you could see that they're in the Lord is in them. I mean, wouldn't it be nice if we could read about Jesus and not just see it it's just kind of words pretty much. And luckily they awakened something. But can you imagine with Lord Caitanya, how different that is? You actually see a person crying. Do you see Jesus crying in anything much? Do you see anything other than him speaking the word? And it's just like the word, just like reading a book. You know, if you have a relation, you'll feel something. I felt plenty. But still, you know, wouldn't it be nice that if you would see that Jesus was crying, he was laughing, he was, he was, had all these devotional symptoms that we read about in the recent Avatar. See, that's why Lord Chaitanya came, to make it more clear. What is the kingdom of God? What is this Garden of Eden? Is it just God and Adam and Eve, and they're just walking around and there's these trees? I mean, that's the visualization you get, because there's not a lot of action and variety in there of the spiritual world, right? It's kind of two-dimensional. Hey, that's why people have a hard time wrapping their head around this. This is so multi-dimensional. Man, where do you hear? Come on, man, wake up, for God's sake. This is spirit. Do you see the spirit in this, man? This is life. Do you see any regulation? Who needs regulation, man? You just exude the spirit, act spiritually. Not just a word. The word, everything's this person's spiritual. Yeah, spiritual spirit. Where's the action? Where's the deed, man? Where's the spirit? Where's the overturning of the tables and the thing where they're money changers? Where's the ecstatic tears that were here 550 years ago? People now, they see them, come on, you're worshiping this God that was crying and laughing and everything you see here, for God's sake. Don't rile me up now. You future watchers of this video. Let's see what Amy Rose has to say. Read what Amy Rose has to say there, Lalita. As always, wisdom comes from the mouth of babes.
Most people are driven and consumed by material self-gratification and worldly external validation. Here, the gratification of self comes from ecstatic glorification of the Supreme One, and the external validation comes from the spiritual potency, the energy that exists both internally and externally around us.
God, that's like the personified Vedas preaching. Yeah, the confirmation you get. You know, that's the super soul. See, when you're fortunate, it's all by the book. Chapter 1, Adi Lila. See, it's by the book. It said when you're ready to be delivered, the bona fide spiritual master comes, if the super soul isn't awakened, he'll awaken it. And if it is awakened, it'll be fed. You know, you'll see it'll get stronger. You know, Maya won't be suppressing it, pushing it in. You know, because Maya is very strong. When we come into this world, we're like little babies. See, so that's really the Raganuga path. It's taught in our Vaishnava. People don't understand it because you got to be a real spontaneous devotee to teach it. There's no way you can, you got to be the teacher that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur was, who wrote that book. Otherwise, you won't understand. You know, people, the so-called Raganuga Bhaktas say the qualification, you got to be so pure. You got to be so elevated. Oh, I would never take and they're in the Raganuga Sangha. I would never do Raganuga Bhakti. That's why I follow all the rules and I follow that path. That is so high. But I'm a Raganuga teacher. See, they teach the opposite of what the book actually teaches. If you read Vishwanath Chakravarti's book, Ragvartma Chandrika, you see right in the first chapter is the only qualification for Raganuga Bhakti, which we teach here, Genuinely, really, absolutely. The only qualification is to see it, which you see here. Publicly, we do public, not just, I'm just going to show a few of my disciples and the whole public, they don't get to see. Here's your rules. Here's your ceremonial worship. Yeah, you go and you bust your butt, man, for a few lifetimes. And then after many lifetimes, you'll get the prema, man, because you're not qualified. See, that's not the real preaching of our real line. I mean, that's not the ultimate realization that I'm bringing you the ultimate realization Lord Caitanya had. Prabhupada only put it in his books. He didn't tell you. He saved that for Gohari Das. Because nobody's telling you. Narayan Raj didn't tell you. No, none of them. See, the ultimate realization, all you need is one Raganuga Bhakta, like Lord Caitanya, like Madhavinda Puri. Just not one. They're Raganuga Bhaktas, but they're actually spontaneous devotees. All you need is one who teaches the real truth. Just like Vishwanath Chakravarti wrote it in the book, and he taught it personally. Okay? So the only qualification to come here and to get this very high treasure, and I'm telling you it's high, it is the most fabulous, even the demigods they are like jealous, if they have any jealousy in them. Maybe they probably do. Because it's only available in a very rare place like this. The ultimate realization of Lord Caitanya, we're just putting on a silver platter, because none of these gurus can tell you or will tell you. They kept it a secret until now. I got the order from Prabhupada to speak. The only qualification to get the great treasure that's here. And let me tell you, this is the greatest treasure in this friggin' universe. The Lord Caitanya brought this treasure, and you can see it's actually here. It's really, really here. Come out of denial, little children. The only qualification is you see it and you think, wow, I want this. With no idea, like, well, I'm not. I got to go through. I'm sorry, I can't come here now. I want to go and I want to spend 20, 40, 50 years doing Vaidhi Bhakti and then die a few times and then come back and then I'll be qualified for this. No, you still won't be qualified until you understand what I'm saying here right now. So why not get it now? Yeah, why not get it now? See, so that's the only qualification to come here is to be like an Amy Rose or Fanny. They're not thinking, well, let's see, I gotta wait. Let me wait, hold on there. You just stay where you are, go Haridas, or whoever is like that, which I don't even know really understand. But say if they did understand, you just stay there, and in 20 years I'll come back. Well, yeah, if this is here, I doubt it. Unless some disciples carrying it forward. Or in a few lifetimes, then I'll come back to this. Because then I'll just spontaneously, it's going to awaken in me. Oh, come on, man. Even though Prabhupada said that. But then he said other things. He contradicted himself on that one many times. It's all by association. You want this bhakti, you got to associate with those who got this bhakti, and they're very rare. Otherwise, you don't have greed. Don't tell me you're Raganuga. You're just bullshitting yourself and the world and neophytes. They think you're really something special with your devotees and you're walking around and being the bhakti Vedanta and everything. But to me, you're nothing. You're nothing until you have this bhakti. Somebody that's something, you'll know what the Lord is. The devotee will say, yeah, Amy Rose is something. That means the Lord is thinking that. Nobody knows. They think, oh no, one of these big Bhakti Vedantas there with a big stick and a nice devotee and a big following is something. See, the whole world is thinking like that because their whole world is in Maya. The whole world is practically neophytes. But the way God is thinking, you got to hear from a real guru. And you know, when you hear this, This makes more sense than people putting a big stick up there and a big name up there as glorious without this kind of bhakti that these persons got, these kind of realizations that they have. See? Highest truth, these kinds of things, man. These kinds of truths. The whole world is looking at the illusion and believing the illusion is truth. Believing that you can appoint gurus after the guru leaves. Oh, let's get together in a little group and appoint ourselves as spiritual masters and deliverers of the universe and get all these little followers to follow us, because you see, we speculate and say, you see, let's change a few things here. Oh yeah, you got to worship us because, you worship us, you give us your money and your time and your energy. Oh, you give us all, and we'll put you at the feet of Prabhupada to deliver you. Of course, we can't deliver you. Only Prabhupada can. Where is that in the book? That's called mental speculation, and that's taught by a blind leader to blind followers. And they all stay blind, like Jesus says, and they fall in the dark ditch. Oh, this is so heavy, Gohar. Too bad, man. This is truth. That's why people got delivered with Jesus. He spoke the truth. See? Lord Caitanya also, especially with Nityananda, that's why people got delivered by the truth. You don't accept the truth? Well, you stay in the illusion. Go worship people that don't have any bhakti, that don't have ecstatic devotion, that you can't see it. Go believe that they got it. People can say anything, and they do, especially in Kali. We are in Kali Yuga, my friends. Lies! Ooh, deceptions. Oh my God. Or in religion, in religious leaders. You've been paying obeisances to a lot of pedophiles. We all know that in ISKCON, right? How many pedophiles are still being honored? But don't think, don't be a fault finder. Don't look at this. No. Just keep worshiping. Just keep worshiping. Yeah, it'll all work. Yeah, just keep staying blind. Don't let anybody say anything that's true. We'll just call it offensive. Anything the truth is offensive. See, just like what is the difference? But no wonder Krishna says, abandon all varieties of religion. I can totally get that. What difference is that when the censors come out? Don't tell the truth that this is bad for you. Just accept the narrative, the lie. Just accept the lie, and they do that in religion. Just accept the lie that these gurus can deliver you without bhakti, without devotion, without being close to God. No, they just accept their speculation that you go worship them like an idol. And then I'll put you at the feet of Prabhupada, and then just believe it, man. But give them the worship and the money. See, that's called material greed. That's called name and fame. That's called donkey urine by Raghunath Das. Donkey urine, name and fame, wanting to be honored, wanting to be important. You see why we cut that out like a surgeon goes in. You got any of that in you, you're going to get that cut out. Yes, River. Go right in there. Get in your dentist chair and stop your blubbering. Right? She knows. And anybody else has any of that in them, I want a little for my false ego. Yeah, you come here, get in the dentist chair. And let go hard, get the laughing gas on the mask. And do the Steve Martin trip. No anesthetic for you. I was just going to read nice and peacefully, and then this all happened. I just wanted to be. I thought today I'm just going to go into just peaceful, ecstatic.
It's another piece, Guru Maharaj.
piece of Krishna's mind, Yeah, where was I? Okay, let's see if we can save any of this here. My mouse ain't working so good today. Obeisances to Sri Vishnu Banu's daughter. Even Brahma, Shiva, and all the demigods cannot attain the pollen of her lotus feet. Her merciful glance showers the best of all nectars. Yeah. Oh yeah, I gotta. Okay, I guess I'm out of that mood now. Hmm. Okay, this is 10th canto, the prayers of Lord Brahma. And Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 14. Lord Brahma said, "My dear Lord, you are the only worshipable Lord, the supreme personality of Godhead, and therefore I offer my humble obeisances and prayers just to please you. O son of the king of cowherds, your transcendental body is dark blue like a new cloud, and your garment is brilliant like lightning. And the beauty of your face is enhanced by your gunja earrings, and the peacock feather on your head, wearing garlands of various forest flowers and leaves, and equipped with a herding stick, a buffalo horn, and flute. You stand beautifully with a morsel of food in your hand." Equipped with a herding stick, a buffalo horn, and flute, you stand beautifully with a morsel of food in your hand. Yeah, and so if you don't have these qualities, you're not really representing the transcendental Lord. These qualities are what delivers people, man. You have to hear the announcement. The announcement is that buffalo announcing that the Lord is coming. The devotee doesn't consider themselves God. They consider themselves the representative of that Lord. They bring that Lord forth. See, they're the flute. See, the Lord uses the flute simultaneously, one and different. See, they're the flute, and the Lord is the word coming through that flute. In the beginning was the word. See, the word is God. See, and he's with his flute. See, simultaneous one and difference. Lord Caitanya came to make that more clear, what Jesus preached, what the Old Testament preaches, and the Word of God, and how it's together with the Word, and the Trinity, the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, Sat Chidananda. See, this is what it's all about here, is to understand this clearly. See? So the announcement, that's a real devotee. They have a loud voice. You notice? They always have a loud voice. No loud voice, no real representative, man. You got to hear the horn. And the flute is the song that's played. Like the Bhagavad Gita was words spoken by Krishna, and it's called the Song of God. See, yeah. Are you hearing that instrument? This flute, it means is an instrument. The Lord has many instruments. Could be a flute, could be but his breath comes through the flute. See, that's why it's represented like a flute, because of the air comes through. That's the air is the Lord's word. See, that's God. That's what we're born of the word. That's the semen of the Lord on the spiritual platform. See, we're pregnated by that transcendental semen of the word coming through the real flutes. See, you notice there, so all these three are together, right? The announcement, the announcer. You go to you hear the announcer, they call them. You go and listen, they announce something. They announce the news. See, Jesus was the announcer, right? He announced what? The good news, the deliverance. A lot of practical stuff in these pastimes. It's just not just some story, man. It's the idea, the understanding of deliverance here. We got all of that here. That's why people get delivered. You found Vrindavan. This is better than going. You can go to Vrindavan and people are more or less pretty much like they were, They're nice and usually somewhat blissful sometimes. Sometimes suffering. I've been there, and the people, they still have this long on their face. In Mayapur, also, not everybody is blissful. They're tired, and the authorities, because they're under the authority still. See, do you see Gaurahari under any authority? But am I not under authority? See, I'm not under authority in the world. I'm not under religion's authority. You notice, not even the rules control me. Why? Because there's a higher authority here. What is that? The authority of love of Krishna. We're here to, do you want that authority? Or do you want to stay under the authority of religion? Religious leader, you know how it is, man. Tricky, a little bit of lie here and there, and deceptions and speculation. You want to stay under that? It's kind of weak. Or you want to be under the authority of love of Krishna, And that means under the authority of the Vaishnavas and their deep teachings. That's all the authority I need. Can you see how, do I look weak because of being under that authority? Do I look like some wimpy spiritual master that can't do much? Am I not showing you by a role model that just because I'm under the authority of love of Krishna and the authority of these choice, wonderful verses written by them about the highest truth and the highest path and preaching it, that it gives me a little bit of oomph in the word, in the preaching, in the execution. See, the execution of devotional service. And simultaneously, the execution of Maya, the guillotine. Chop her head off, man. Great word, execution, has a double edge, man. Execution of devotional service. And at the same time, we chop off the head of the snake. The head of the snake is the lie, man, the illusion. All the way up into religion. Got to chop the religious snake off, right? It's disguised as an angel of light. Oh, this person is a very religious person. See? Oh, I've learned so many rules from this person. Man, can I fast? Oh, wow, do I follow the rules? Wow. See, I also follow the rules. See, I follow the rulers. I follow the rules of Vrindavan, just loving Krishna, man. That's isn't that the rule? Isn't that their freedom? They got the highest liberation, the highest freedom, simply because they're in Krishna and Krishna is in them, with the deepest level of revelation and realization of the absolute truth. And it's, by the way, it's what we teach here. It's so high, people, the greatest illustrious gurus out there can't even figure it out. That's how high this teaching is. If you don't want to go beyond neophyte, well, you can go over there to that section. If you want to learn real Krishna consciousness by being really conscious of Krishna, and you'll see when this love awakens in you, oh, now will you? That's why why do you think these persons who didn't study anything about Vaishnavism for 40 years have more realization about who and what Krishna is? Personal experience of Krishna. Krishna is revealed to them. Because that love in Fanny and in Amy awakened and is given full understanding that, wow, Krishna is God. Krishna is my life. So, ooh, Krishna is very attractive. And these people are still working on it. They're still trying to attain Krishna. See, there's a difference between what Gaur Haridas is teaching and with all of us. See, Gaur Hari's opinion is different than everybody's, except the book. Except those who really write the books. The deep understanding they have, not what they may tell you. See? Is different than all of those spiritual masters over there where you can't find not even one example of love of Krishna. Not even one. You show me one. Because we can check it in the book, right? We have chapter 23 of Madhya Lila. Devotees who chant the holy name in ecstasy. Sometimes they laugh, sometimes they cry. Oh, so many wonderful symptoms. You could say this person loves God too much, too excessively, because we don't even see that kind of love in the world for somebody out there. Because, yeah, love of the body is weak in comparison for love of the spiritual body of God, Krishna. Ooh, strong. It causes excessive tears, doesn't it? Excessive laughter. Have you seen Lalita? See? So you come here, you get purified of what? The speculations. You see how weak that is. You don't come here, you stay, you think weakness is strength. You think darkness is light. You come here, ooh, you get the light forced on you. You ever see a flashlight? You just turn it on and you, you right like that. That's coming to this Sangha. We just turn the lights on. See? And then if you get purified, because sometimes you turn the lights on, it's like you're all that stuff. You get exercised, exhorted, all that Maya comes out. Yeah, and then you look over there and you see, oh wow, you're right, it's weak. Yeah, that's darkness. Yeah, that's speculation. Oh, it's so nice to be free of that. Because that holds you down. It's like a rope. You need a stronger rope, a stronger person who has the real strength of the Lord, the transcendental Lord, not the mode of goodness Lord. I got the strength. You can get strength. You follow the rules and fasting and all that, you become strong, at least bodily or mentally, but not necessarily spiritually. You get the mercy of a Vaishnava, which we teach here, which Lord Caitanya taught here, and Jesus taught here, and which has not been taught in 500 years. Well, some people are teaching it somewhat. We make it more clear than anybody I've ever seen on the face of this earth. And you can prove me wrong. I'm not a megalomaniac. You can just prove me wrong. I haven't seen it, and I've been around. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but let's see it where it's existing. Otherwise, why not take this seriously here? Yeah, that's the thing. You can't sleep with the lights on. And that's how you stay in steady bliss. After a while, you like the light. After a while, you like to preach the light. You like to stay in the light, even at the point of death and, the death of the body. If people don't like the light on, well, too bad. I like sleeping with the lights on. These people in the world. They like to sleep. They want to sleep in darkness. See, and when the sun comes out, they're still in darkness. They never get out of it. The sun ain't bright enough to put the lights on. That only illuminates material objects. You have to have the light of the word coming from a real devotee, the real word of God, and that ecstatic devotion. See, that turns the lights on. That illuminates the spiritual body, doesn't it? All that sun can do is illuminate the material bodies and the material objects, right? Well, the word of a devotee, which is the word of the transcendental Lord as it is in the book, you really get the book, and their ecstatic devotion reveals the spiritual body. There is no other practical way. It's not like there with every one of these gurus have been teaching. You can attain it by your sadhana and your big strict, all that to illuminate. Why not go where it's illuminated? Why not just go where the lights are on and just hear the light, see the light by hearing what is light, what is of the light, seeing the ecstatic feelings of a devotee. Can you see why this is the most strongest, the most powerful, the most reasonable, the most logical way to go into the kingdom of God? Let me say that again. Kingdom of God. The Lord's transcendental abode. See, abode. All aboard the boat. You go to the abode. You got to go all aboard. Come on to the boat. All aboard. We're going to the boat of Krishna. Very quickly. Okay, what else we got here? My dear Lord, neither I nor anyone else. Oh, my Lord Krishna. Neither, my dear Lord, neither I nor anyone else can estimate the potency of your transcendental body of yours. Oh, thank God, man. I don't want to get, you don't want to get bored with God like everything else, right? Thank God the Lord has a transcendental potency. Otherwise, we would be bored, man. Because you got to go through one book to another book to another. And it's expensive. We got to buy. Movie. Movies are getting expensive. You got to go to a movie. Don't ask Lolita. She never goes. She doesn't know what the price of the movies are. But I'll tell you, Amy knows and I know. Because I don't even go to the movies. It's getting so expensive. And then you got, they're just not really that good. They got to have more action in them, That bam, bam, and boom, blockbusters, got to bust your block off, you get some, you got to get some, got to get some vibration, boom, that's the kind of movies. There's no plot now any days. People getting so stupid, the demons, they go, let's put some fluoride in the water, and so they can't connect with God. Let's get some more poisons in their cereal boxes. Oh, let's give them that. Let's tell them this is we'll love this one, man. Oh yeah, you got to save everybody by that. Oh, let's see, one catastrophe after another. They're so stupid. Yeah, well, that's you follow that path. What was my point, Lolita? I kind of lost track here for a second.
You don't like to go to the movies anymore because it's too
the movies. Movies. Blockbusters. That's why we got to have a blockbuster better. See a thorn, pluck out the thorn. That's why you got to come here. We got to get your attention, man. You got to see this different because it is. You got to see this is more powerful because it is enlivening. This practical spirituality, where you experience a movement in your energy, an upliftment to the truth, man. Turn the lights on where you see something real. Replying and going to the Caitanya bakery, he can make it like Jesus event better, whatever that means.
Well, he's a joker, Guru Maharaj. He's just joking.
Just joking? Okay.
Yeah,
Pretty,
don't
the
pay
price of a
attention
movie.
on him.
$14. Oh my God, $14. Yeah, and they spend all that money to make the movie and everything. I love making these movies. Very easy. Turn the camera on, get some nice devotees here, and have a nice show. Isn't that a great play? Literally, it's a play, right? We're playing together. Oh, you think this is any it's Vrindavan it's a play and it's serious in a playful way. That's what this preaching is. Got to be that. Otherwise, you don't know what Vrindavan is. You got to see it in action.
You've got the popcorn for free.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Free popcorn here too. You can You see, you can make the popcorn at home. That's another thing. You go there in the movies, the popcorn is $14. They get- you got to pay $14 for this thing that costs a dime, you know? And then they put, see, and then the demons, they know, these stupid people, and then they put all the junk on it, all kinds of weird chemicals in that. You know, get them to drink. And they get you in it. Is this, if you follow that path, man, you follow illusion, so many illusions, man. It's this, yeah. Okay, back to Brahma here. Yeah, neither nor anyone. Okay, which has shown such mercy to me, which appears just to fulfill the desires of the pure devotees. Such mercy, you know, the mercy for us to be able to relish this transcendental potency. That's mercy, man. Because you know, if you don't get the mercy coming through the real line with the real Vaishnavas now, then you're on that path of trying to attain it. And that means so many lifetimes to get what you can get when the Lord says, okay, give them the news. Hey, buffalo horns, go out there and tell them the good news. Isn't that basically it? That's why I feel so great pleasure telling the good news. Come on, man, deliverance is here. Come here into the association of ecstatic devotees, the witnesses. Look at Lalita. Is she look happy or what? You see, her life is transformed. She's a new person now. You know, and you can become like that also. Become part of the eternal family here. You know, come out of these speculations. And that goes for the gurus and their followers. This message for everybody, the demons. I have nothing against anybody. The Lord has taken, because of the mercy of the Lord, he's taken all that hatred out of my heart, even though it looks like otherwise if you got some stuff in there, in yours. And no hatred towards anybody. That's why I can preach like this. Otherwise, you got to be a devotee Bhagavat. You got to be what the book says, chapter 1 in the Adi Lila, second verse. The highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion for the welfare of everybody. You should be able to convince a demon or a demigod about this, if they want to be convinced, if they're not too attached to being a demon or a demigod. Like too attached to their own path, in other words, right? I see people here, they're nice kind of demigoddesses and stuff like this. They're too attached to being that way, right? Oh, no, you're on your path, I'm on mine. Well, I guess you're not a candidate. Shake the little dust off there and move on. But if a demon, if or a low-class person come, it's Sudra, you know, I don't care what you can eat bugs, man. I don't care. You know, Bugs Bunny can come here. Yeah, and you hear and stay in this vibration and hear these truths. Oh, that's it, man. It's for you. You'll be accepted. Yeah, this is how it works, man. Do you see how Lord Caitanya preached the highest truth? That's why I'm with him. That's why I'm with Jesus. That truth Jesus had went to everybody, anybody and anyone. Whoever would accept that, all their sins are forgiven. Everybody, the same thing happens always with Lord Caitanya, his followers. Anybody who accepted their preaching, their empowered preaching, because they were the real bugles of the Lord. The real heralds. And the same thing now. Oh, no difference. All your sins will be forgiven. How do you know? Because you'll start to chant more and more like Lalita and Johan and anybody else here who chants with attachment and at more increasing ecstasy. No, you cannot have sins and be able to chant like that. You may have some propensities from the old time to do some sinful things, and by you'll give that up. But the Lord ain't waiting. He's going to give himself to you simply because you came to a real Vaishnava who is a real authorized messenger of the transcendental Lord. The not mundane message, you notice? And you hear it and you accept the witnesses. Why? Hey, man, this works for them. Why wouldn't it work for you? Don't we want something that works? So you go and you work. I mean, I'm just pointing this out because now is the time for truth. You go and you follow these gurus, any of them. I don't care who they are, for 5 years, 10 years, 20. How much progress are you making? Just ask yourself. I don't know. It's your experience. I'm just saying, ask. Ask yourself. How much progress to understanding Krishna have you learned? Do you understand who Krishna is, what he is? Can you call him and he comes, and he comes because you get the experience of the Lord coming? Yeah, go ahead, Lolita.
That's a good question, because if you ask them, do you know Krishna now more and more, they will say, yeah. Out of study, they know more. But can you call him? Is he there? Can you have contact with him? Is there an exchange? Is there a heart feeling? Are you living inside of him? Is he living inside of you? Etc. Etc.
Yeah, I mean, see, they study and they're studying more and more, but we have the studies already. We have the essence of it. They don't. So, you studied? Okay, have you studied Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 23, life's ultimate goal? If you have love of Krishna, you'll have the symptoms. See, when you chant the holy name, ecstatic devotion awakens in your heart, causing tears to flow, laughter, and many other symptoms. You have those ecstatic symptoms, and then it'll stop them from talking. Because they don't have that knowledge. They have superficial knowledge. Until you have I'm teaching the essence of truth in the essence of all these books. This is why nobody, prove to us that you teaching the essence, because if you are, it'll be like this. If you're a realized guru, you say, wow, God, somebody's teaching the essence. Yeah. Otherwise, you're not realized. It's always the same. That's why. Go ahead. What?
That's how they should start. Start with the essence, and then you can read all those books with a completely different mood and different eyes.
Yeah. Well, you got to hear the essence. You got to get purified. You're clean by the word I spoke to you. That's what Jesus said. It's always the same. You got to come and you got to hear from a devotee, not just, come and hear from me, like with Prabhupada. Come and hear from me, but I'm not going to really tell you all the essence that I'll put it in my books for later, but you come and hear from me. Oh yeah, it's all about ceremonies. It's all about building temples. It's all about regulative devotional service. Go to the program, this and this, and you just do that. So you're following that word, right? Like Purishit, he's following this word, and it's a word I heard from Prabhupada. Your word is different. Yeah, well, it's just like when Jesus was here, the Pharisees were following the word of Moses, eye for an eye and fastings and all of these rules, lots of rules, and all they were trying to do that, or they're pretending to do that. Who knows? Who cares? And Jesus comes along and says, hey, you got a different message. Well, we're here to tell you more about the essence, and how to get there quickly. Otherwise, that's a very long path you're doing there, you Pharisees. You're going to come in the kingdom later, but those who listen to me will come in sooner. Same thing here. You guys, you don't have to say, go, Ari, how can you prove that they're going to go to the kingdom of God? No, they're already in the kingdom of God. Many of them are in there. You could see the symptoms. Because if you would go to the spiritual dimension, above all the modes of nature, see, all the coverings there, and you transcend even the liberation, Brahma Jyoti, and you go all the way into the spiritual sky, you will see devotees like Lalita. When they worship the Lord, tears come to their eyes, or whatever they got, what kind of bodies they have. It's a spiritual body thing. So it's beyond our conception exactly what goes. So we got, but we can get an idea by here. Because when the spiritual body is activated, it causes tears to flow from the eyes. It causes this ecstatic laughter. See, who is teaching you that? Did any of these gurus teach you that? Big part of the teaching is to be the example of that. Otherwise, that's why Prabhupada's disciples don't know about this, and Bhaktisiddhanta's disciples don't know about this, because they weren't showing the example. There wasn't time to do that. But we're teaching. That's our teaching. You don't like it? Too bad. Stay with the dry eyes. Stay with the morose heart still. Stay on the level where Veda Vyasa, I'm really, something's not missing. Stay in the something missing place and try to fulfill it with being a bigger guru, with more followers and more acclaim, more honor, get more honors, get more degrees. See if you'll fill that hole that way. And when you get tired of that, come over here and we'll just fill the hole. You come here, sit in the dentist chair, and we'll we'll fill that hole in your teeth. See? And the filling is the love of Krishna, man. You just fill that hole right in your teeth, and because still you got holes in your teeth. You can't fill it in that way. You got to get the potency of the Lord. It comes through the word of a real devotee who has the potency of the Lord. And the witnesses prove it. If you can't be convinced by coming here, you're not very smart. And especially if you're a guru, what shows you the level you're working on. You can't even understand where the result of being a real disciple is. The result is to have what many of these students are getting already, is this ecstatic devotion. Didn't Lord Caitanya give that to his followers? Didn't Nityananda give that to his followers? Didn't his followers give that to others? But that's all been lost. Everybody forgot about that. So we're here to remind you all. It's all about that. It's all about having this kind of bhakti and proving it that you're a touchstone by delivering it to others. If you have the authority of the Lord and those who listen to you, they will be purified and they will get ecstatic. And you will see it. Otherwise, you can't say, I don't need a paper to show if Gaur Hari Das is bona fide. Just look at the works the Lord is doing. He's awakening ecstatic love of God. Now, that's better than a piece of paper saying, Gaur Hari, you're a Bhakti Shastra teacher. Ooh, you're a PhD. But you can't awaken any ecstatic devotion. So what good is your piece of paper? Gaur Hari, look at this. This is pretty amazing. Not even a t-shirt, just a t-shirt, psychedelic t-shirt, no T-lock, nothing. And ecstatic devotion is provable, is awakening in others. I have to just make these comments because people, they just don't seem to have a brain or something, that they can't even think deeply. They can't even analyze their own books. Can you imagine all this ecstatic devotion going on in the books? And none here. That's the problem. Except here in the Sangha. All this ecstatic devotion going on here, and everybody looking, that ain't Krishna conscious. We don't see that. All those opinions out there with all these illustrious gurus with the big sticks and the big renunciations and everything, they don't produce any of that stuff that's going on in Gaur Hari Sangha there. All that tears, where is that? Who's saying that's Krishna conscious? The big herd out there. There's a big herd that doesn't want to be herded with the real herding stick, is saying, oh, that's not it. I'm saying that's why we'll win, because this is the truth, man. This is in the book. This busts all the lies and all the speculations. This shows you where the real path back to the kingdom of God is, where you go quick. You attain it in this life. You will taste the nectar of the truth. That truth will set you free easily. Breaking the bonds of birth and death, no, it's a no-brainer here. It's like you don't even think, I've broken the bonds of birth and death. Wow, that was my goal, is mukti. You know how many people, their goal is mukti? They just want to be liberated. Devotees, real devotees who have real intimacy with God, never even think of being liberated. It just follows them. And the ones who are striving for liberation independently, Oh, how hard it is. They're striving for liberation. And you out there striving for what we have already. Oh, how hard it is. And you see, look how many fasts you're doing. Look how many rules you're following. Look how many etiquettes you're following. Look how many gurus you're worshiping that don't preach the essence. Look how long it's going to take you. Look how hard it is. Look at your faces. See, everything is hard until you just come to the devotees and get the mercy. Sit in the dentist chair, get purified, and then it's easy peasy. Right, Amy? Right, Fanny? All we do is we come here. I say, you guys realize what I realize. We come here and enjoy nectar and advance by tasting the nectar. This is called the path of prema bhakti, people. It's a path. You can follow it. You can come here, get purified very quickly to follow the path of prema like Lord Caitanya's associates did. Like we do. We set the example. Whatever great men and women do, common men follow. Why not? It's the best path. See, Prabhupada was a great man. Bhaktisiddhanta also. Common men followed because that's what was being offered by God through them. Well, look at this. A lot of great men and women in this Sangha showing a greater thing, showing where Krishna consciousness is supposed to go. And whatever great men and women do, like in this Sangha, because this is great stuff, man. I got to admit, it's great stuff. It's great teaching, great happiness, beyond anything I've seen in this world. Great freedom, great mukti, great everything, great, great relationship with the Most High. Coming to the most low persons like us. Oh, the more I think about it, the more it sounds, wow, we should be sitting on the rooftops with our bugles. Whoa, everybody. Great mercy is here. See, so whatever great men and women do, like in this Sangha here, common men will start to follow. See, and the religious leaders may be later they come. Some of them may come now if they got things done. But some are so encased in a false ego that you know who they have to be convinced by? Their disciples who'd come first to see they got something greater than themselves. So whatever path is for you, no problem. We'll get them all. My Lord gets you all anyway, because you're all in him, right? He wants to be in you. Like we're the first fruits. We're in the Lord. You're in the Lord, right? We're all in the Lord. But the Lord is in us. We contradicted the Bhagavad Gita. The Lord wants the Bhagavad Gita contradicted. He wants us to know that we're in him, and especially know that he is in us. See, that's the spiritual regeneration. That's the spiritual rebirth Jesus was talking about. That's the spirit people got with Lord Caitanya and Nityananda's association in this world. And Madhavinda Puri, see, that spirit of devotion to chant in ecstasy. Oh, that makes the world go around in a new way. From the heart, not from the institutional roots. I like how Tarun's coming along. Isn't Tarun nice? Thank you, Tarun, for taking this seriously. Yeah. Fanny, I love the purification. My backpack is so much lighter. See, she gets it. That's a warrior spirit. Warrior spirit is, going through stuff in it, but the warrior wants to go, that's the right attitude, good attitude. Otherwise, stop your blubbering. You're going to get that message. I don't have to say that to Fanny. She doesn't blubber. She just gets rid of the blubber. You ever see that movie, Blubber there, Lalita? Never watch a movie. Nah.
I had no television, Guru Maharaj.
It's good for you.
No time.
That's why she's so ecstatic. Those obstacles like me and others. But I like that movie, Blubber, you know. Was it Robin Williams? Was it? Yeah, Robin Williams. He was in it. Poor guy, they suicided him probably. Everybody was like, he committed suicide? This Robin Williams, he was the funny man. Shows you that's not enough just, you know, to be the funny man the world adores and everything. And he was rich. He had everything. There's so many people like that. And then they end up, they either, maybe the Illuminati gets him. Maybe maybe he did commit suicide. There's always, you know, nothing ends right in that. See, because that's not, that's not where real happiness is. You know, and if you're following the path of being basically a false follower or a false guru who can't deliver their disciples, the fruit of that is to give it up. They realize, God, you know, I mean, my preaching is really your opportunity. I mean, if there's anything in there, if you hear these things and it just clicks, oh, it saved a soul, saved you a lot of troubles. If it doesn't, okay, but somebody it may click. If you're following such a guru like that, if it clicks 1 or 2 or 10 million people come, we save some souls. It's worth it to me. I don't mind dying for that. No, just like anybody. Dying for the truth is fine. If I live for the truth. I don't have to die for the truth. It's up to the Lord. If he wants me to die for the truth, fine. If he wants me to live for the truth and continue, no problem. But the truth has to be here. We have to set people free. I don't have to. We don't have to, but I want to, right? I like it anyway. I'm doing the charity for myself. I feel set free every time I preach. I feel set free, more expressed, more happy, you know. You know, so gonna do it, man. Why? Because it's fun to do devotional service like this.
Yeah, it's glorious to sacrifice things for spirit and truth. It's glorious.
Mm-hmm.
You do it with such a pleasure.
Yeah.
Because you have these expectations of more spirit and more truth.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the idea of the forced sacrifice. So you guys, instead of complaining, you should be happy about this because I'm like that. I can't give up anything on my own. I have to be forced. So thank you, Krishna, for forcing me. A lot of times we got to be forced. I mean, I'm that kind of guy. I mean, you know, I ain't going to give anything up unless you're forced me. I mean, you take it away. You know who was like that? Srivas. Lord Caitanya said, you shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be teaching these things. You know, he was teaching Yoga Vishishta, which is a Mayavadi type thing. And the Lord said, you shouldn't be doing this. He said, and Srivas knew, he spoke right. He said, well, you take it away from me. You gave me this desire. I'm teaching this so you take it away. You take it away. I'm kind of like that. I say, hey, you take it away, man. Take away my coffee thing, you know, if you dare. I might be like a dog. How dare you? I'm going to have this. And you can say, no, Gory, I'm taking it away now. You had enough. He took my beer away. Now that was, how did he do that, man? I was having a beer a day, man. And I was enjoying that, you know, relax and everything. And now all of a sudden, I don't even want the damn beer. That's sneaky. How did he steal that one from me? I got a half a bottle of wine in there, never touch in the fridge, waiting for the day. And the day has never come yet. And it's been over 2 months. How dare this rascal, Krishna, man, he took my little, you know, relaxation away that I had. Well, I feel more relaxed. As a matter of fact, I look at that thing, and I don't want to spoil the mood. Well, he's doing it with Fanny, took her meat away, right? She was eating a steak, and then all of a sudden she doesn't want to eat the meat. You know, you see, he comes in, he sneakily takes things. I like that way, you know, like just whatever, Lord, you do it any way Whenever you want, you just do it. You know me, I'm just a boy, just a little baby, and rascal and uncontrollable. Hey, Fernando. Hey, another guy. I like Fernando. Isn't it amazing, Fernando? Okay, well, let's see a little more with Brahma here. Let's see what he has to say. See, although my mind is completely withdrawn from material affairs, I cannot understand your personal form. How then could I possibly understand the happiness you experience within yourself? This is what Lord Caitanya has given many of us here now and will give everybody else. You see, Brahma, all the austerities he did, he still couldn't understand the personal form of the Lord. Very difficult. But look at the Lord. Just because we come here, just because you're coming here, he's given us the ability to understand the personal form of God. That's pretty amazing. Yeah. See, and how do you know you're understanding? Well, this love for that form awakens when you chant Krishna's name, because Krishna's name is him, is that Lord, the personal form of the Lord. And if love awakens in for you, you cracked it, man. You opened the safe. The uncrackable safe you opened because you came and got this mercy here, being given out here and nowhere else that I've seen. Oh, with me, he drew oh yes, she was smoked and she stopped smoking too. Wow, that's great. The body in the dream, that was the last day. With me, he drew the smoke. Oh, that's amazing. It shows you, see, Krishna. See, Krishna is the all-in-one solution. Love of Krishna is the all-in-one solution, and it's very easily given here. Why would you follow any path where they're not preaching that, or that's not on the agenda? Or why would you follow a path? I mean, I'm just saying, okay, everybody preach what they preach, but why continue following a path taught by anybody? I don't care if it's Lord Brahma himself or Narayan Raj or even Prabhupada. Why continue following the path that they taught when this is available? And this is not offensive to Prabhupada or Narayan Raj or Jesus, or to Moses, because that's what Jesus did. He said, why follow a path taught by the previous messengers when this is available? Doesn't that make sense? Well, where's the offense in that? Where's the offense of Jesus preaching that? Just take shelter of me and my word, this good news. See, I'm the bugle, man. I'm the flute of the Lord now. He's got a message for you. He wants you to get the Holy Spirit. The same message that Lord Caitanya brought, same message now, revived. Get the spirit of devotion, and then that'll reveal the true nature, the personal form of Krishna. We have it here. We have that potency here. It is for us to disperse. Like that verse. Remember a verse I said, I quote all the time. It's a wonderful verse. It shows you what's going on here. Oh, you devotees, you have real, sincere love for me. Lord Caitanya said to the devotees who came from Puri every year to be with him because of their love, their spontaneous devotion to Lord Caitanya. Oh, you're my devotees. You have love for me. Oh, how can I repay you? I'm a sannyasi with no money. I'll give you my transcendental body. He already gave it, actually. So now you can go and sell it to whoever you choose. Put any price on it. See? Sell it. And you know what people tell me? You see, Gaur, he's selling. See, that's your mundane mind. Sell it. No, sell it like a salesman. See? Yeah, salesmen, they usually want something back. They want some money and this and that, right? But there's another kind of salesman. Right?
Advertise.
Yeah. See, the salesman advertise, convince people, the Lord gives you the right words, the right knowledge, right ecstasy, and you sell it. You sell people on it, man. I'm here. What do you think? I'm trying to sell the Vaidhi Bhaktas. I'm trying to sell the world that this is great. This is fantastic product, man. It's the true transcendental body of the Lord, man. It's the real food. It's the bread of life Jesus was talking about. And it will be in you. It'll be like a ghost, but it'll be the Holy Ghost. And you'll feel what real holiness is, what real purification is, real purity is, will live inside you. Will keep you happy, keep you clear, keep you clean. Whether you took an external bath or not. The people in the mode of goodness, they got to do their devotional service, to go on the altar. They got to take baths 3 times a day and do all these rules and regulations and everything. But when you have the love of God in you, whether you take a bath or not is not, many times I don't take a bath. I just come here and start chanting. See, and I start worshiping the Lord. This is like going right on the altar, man. More so. Going on and embracing the Lord. The pujaris, they got to see, it's all external. They got to go and take their bath first, right? Wash out their mouth, and do this and do that before they can go on the altar. But still, they still don't get the closeness. It's all material, external worship for beginners. See, this is the advanced, or here you get the love of God. You come as you are. The Lord accepts you. He's not looking, are you clean? Well, He is looking, are you clean? Do you have the love of God in you? Otherwise, you won't realize Him. It has to awaken in you. You feel whole. We are like donuts. In donut hole, we have, yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Lord is the filler of the hole. Otherwise, there's always a hole in us. It's like a hole in your heart. You feel it. I tell you, man. These are people, there's like an emptiness, and they're trying to fill it somehow externally. That's the world. That's the universe. See, we learn the secret. We teach the secret. You don't come here. You don't get the secret. Because don't tell me you're a guru and you can't show the secret, teach the secret, and get people to understand the secret by personal experiencing of the secret. Look at that lady. She teaches the secret that the Illuminatis know. And she makes millions of dollars by doing it. See, that's her reward, the material, because it's Illuminati knowledge. Look at this secret. I continue, whether I get money or no money, I continue with this secret. Because it fills the hole in the heart, and that doesn't. People, they think that's something great. Oh, let's go learn the secret of manifestation that the Illuminati and the Freemasons know. What, you want to become like them? It shows you that's the result of that. You become selfish. You become attached to material things, all in all, money and everything. Go ahead. Oh, yeah.
I wanted to say proud.
Proud, all these material qualities. Because opulence corrupts, money corrupts. Absolutely. There's a saying, money corrupts absolutely. Because, and like now, this Elon Musk, we just came out with a new technology. And you know what somebody put as a statement, said it all. There was a big panic button, red button, panic button there. And he's really right. More technology for the elites, that's all they need. But it's all ordained. But I'm just saying, opulence corrupts. You just go get more technology. That's all they need. And they become more corrupted because they want to use it for selfish aims. They lose compassion and connection. That's not a high quality life. You don't feel connected to your human brothers and sisters. It's all about you. It's all about tricking people and lying to them. That's what they did. Oh yeah, it's all about that. Life is all about do as I wish, do anything you want, be as corruptible as you want. Do kill little children, get the adrenochrome, no problem. Can you imagine? They can't even imagine what's waiting for them in the next life. And these guys are being respected more and more. This shows you, is it unusual we are getting so much retribution of the karma from these people? You see what they're teaching in the schools? You see what they've been teaching in the schools. You see what they're showing society. Talk about this is more worse coming now than Sodom and Gomorrah. And you see, they think God is so mean and everything. No, people are destroyed by their karmic activities, or they're elevated to heaven by their karma, by good karma and bad karma. This takes you off the wheel completely of karma, good karma, bad karma. We're not into that at all. See, the Lord dissolves all karma. You're on a new path, man. Something that people in the world rarely see. The path of pure devotional service, prema, worshiping the Lord with the love of God. The object of true love becomes real for you and others in this world who take your association. Otherwise, they will not see this. Not in this kind of Kali Yuga association. Not even these gurus can show. They're all mixing together. You don't know who's a hypocrite and who's a liar, who's a pedophile, although it's coming out more, but that's God's mercy. So you let go of that. How can a pedophile deliver you? The great thing is if you see that, wow, God, this guy can't deliver himself. A Brahmin, a good guru can't deliver you. It's not good enough. See, when you're ready to hear the truth, you hear. No, only when the love of God is in somebody can you get that and be delivered if they're preaching it. I'm here to preach the love of God, the Holy Spirit and its principles. I'm not like Moses. I'm not like Prabhupada in that way. I come here and I know all about that inside. I keep it for myself, and I'm just going to throw the rule book at you and austerities and build temples and work for Krishna. I'm going to say the same thing, but on the spirit level. I'm going to say, yeah, come here and build your temple for Krishna. I'm going to say, yeah, work for Krishna. Open your mouth and chant with these devotees here. Work that mouth, man. Work those teeth, man. Brush your teeth with the holy name. That's my preaching here. This stuff works better because it's a higher level of understanding. Oh, prasad? Hey, yeah, Kamalakanta and others like you. Come here. We'll teach you what real prasad is. We'll teach you what the bread of life is, what Jesus was talking about. You'll eat the bread we're eating every day. You'll sit down at this table. But already 2 hours of eating, just gobbling up all this food. Go ahead, Lalita. What?
Yeah, real preaching is actually talking about your experiences instead of keeping that real Lord for yourself and only giving the books. Therefore, Prabhupada, he gave the book and he gave us you. He gave us both.
Yeah.
He gave us the devotee Bhagavat as well, because otherwise we would be lost. It disappears if you only have the books. It's not enough, not at all.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't give fully what was in the books. He gave certain level. Same thing with Narayan Raj. People think, oh, he's so great. Yeah, but what did he give you? The Narayan Raj group, every one of them that I've seen, can't recognize this bhakti here. And many of them are jealous of it. Many of them are proud still. So they need this if they want to advance. Just a fact. You don't like it? Too bad. Stay proud, stay envious, stay jealous. You didn't get over it with Narayan Raj. I mean, this is the honest truth. You could say, just if you can't analyze this, well, you're too much blinded by envy, jealousy, and false prestige. You didn't get over it in that Sangha. Well, you got a chance to get over it and to taste Bhakti Ras and not just talk about it in an envious way or a proud way. Ooh, we're Raghunuga Bhaktas without the Raga. Isn't that the crying school was like that? Ooh, we're a crying school of Gaur Govinda without the tears and very proud of it, right? There. See?
And proud that the Guru held the tears in.
That held the tears in, or so-called held them in. So-called. We don't really know. Hey, man. It's
I
Kali
didn't
Yuga.
feel anything. I didn't feel anything.
Yeah, that's the same thing. So we don't really know. And then you see what their realization is, and then you know. I don't want to have to speak any more about this because I've seen a lot of people, devotees like that people are worshiping as the greatest things. And then I look, because they're all no shows, every friggin' one of them. But then I look at their realizations. I say, yeah, I know where they're at. They don't know this. They don't know the real mercy of Lord Caitanya. Prabhupada in our line is the only ones I can comfortably say really knew. A lot of them, some, are teaching big austerities. And the world, they look, oh, he must be a pure devotee because he's so austere. See, and they teach it. They teach, oh, you want my Krishna? You do austerities, you do the renunciation, you do all these things, And they think that's it. Look at me, I'm not doing any austerities, but it's by the book. Isn't that amazing? Well, austerity, to me, this is actual austerity. This is for the intelligent austere person, is to come and naturally engage in devotional service like breathing. This is the result of all austerities you can do for 60,000 years. I've got that. I know the knack. I teach that. People get what I have very quickly. See, this is all by the book. Gaurhar, you're not austere. Oh, yeah. No, I'm by the book. Lord Brahma said, those who evince the symptoms of ecstasy. Can you see that here? See? They are promoted to the kingdom of God. They don't take another birth, even if they're not interested. This is from Brahma's mouth or words. Even if they're not interested in austerities. Ooh. By the book. See how by the book? So somebody needs to show
Even
that
a dog.
Yeah, even a dog. So isn't it nice to have some example like, wow, we thought you had to be austere to be delivered. Well, no, come see Gaur Das's nature. The Lord put that in me. Just be more relaxed, Gaur, and just do what you love to do. Chant, go on Hari Nam, meet your friends, talk about Krishna, chant in ecstasy. You just do that and everything will be well. So that's the Lord put that in my heart, so I do it. And so that's a good lesson to these people who think love of God is some other thing. See, I teach the verses. It's not by austerity, renunciation, or rules or regulations or regulative devotion or mantra chanting and even chanting Hare Krishna with offenses that one attains Vrindavan. It's through the devotees who chant the holy name, ecstatic devotion, that you'll see here. And that you'll see not only in the guru, but in the disciples who take his word seriously. And that's the Lord showing he's the increase, right? He's the increase in your bhakti, in your purification. I don't need to prove myself. The Lord proves his self to you, just like he's proved his self to me. See? I know who that personal Lord is. I have a relationship with that person. I love it, man. It's great. I want to share that with others naturally, organically. Contradictions in Shastras. You read that, what Freddie says there.
Okay. The contradictions in Shastra make it even more confusing for Vaidis. For example, Lord Caitanya was very pleased with some of his very detached and austere devotees, like the six Goswamis. They never slept 2 days under the same tree.
Yeah, and that's what you think.
We get detached as well.
Yeah. See, the Lord was very pleased with their ecstatic love. That's what he was pleased with. He's only pleased with that, really. That's why you see, if you didn't have that, they had that ecstatic love, but it was their nature. The Lord put it in their heart to act like that. But the Lord was very pleased with Pundarik Vijayanidhi. You could see examples of that, right? Pundarik Vijayanidhi was a very wealthy landlord. See, he lived a high and mighty, highfalutin life, man. He was sitting on well-oiled hair, dressed with opulent clothing, man. Tons of servants around, beautiful palace he lived in, and he owns tons of properties, like a billionaire, like Bill Gates. Was Lord displeased with that? No, he was pleased with the same thing that he had, that Rupa and Sanatana have, who were the renunciates. He was pleased with ecstatic love. He's always pleased by ecstatic love. This is the great secret. Is he pleased with Gaur Haridas? That's not that. Is he pleased with Lalita Ganga? Is he pleased with Amy? Yeah. Why? Because he's awakened in them. He's in them. That's his pleasure. His pleasure is to be with the devotee, and the devotee's pleasure is to be with the Lord. See, this is self-realization. It's all here. Where else do you hear such preaching? Where else do you see such preaching? Go ahead, Lalita.
There is not written, the Lord is very pleased with some of his very detached, austere devotees because they were detached. He was very pleased with some of his austere devotees, but it's not because of their austerities and their detachment. That's not written here.
No, he was pleased that they were
With
devotees,
their bhakti, yeah.
with their bhakti. Yeah, it's always the pleasure of the Lord. That's why this is a gift for everybody. He's pleased with the lowest sudras. We have examples here. Low sudras who are nothing special. He's pleased with them because he's given his pleasure to them. This enables them to know who God is, who Krishna is. Krishna is the Word, and his pleasure is the love of God. The love is the devotion, the Radha potency, or the Nityananda potency. See, it's the pleasure, it's the love for that name, love for these verses, love for these truths. See, that's the pleasure of the Lord. He wants to give this as a gift, even especially through our Sangha now, because we're 2022 preaching. We're not back 500 years ago. That was for them. They had a living examples, right? The problem is you don't have living examples here expressing that. See, they had things, all ducks in a row. Living example, Nityananda, Lord Caitanya, expressing and teaching these esoteric principles. Therefore, the result, quick ecstatic love. What do we got? 2023? Most gurus are preaching what? Rules, regulations, varnashram dharma. And do they have this bhakti? Probably not. So therefore, no result like that. So this is really easy for us to preach because we just continue like this. And after a while, people said, well, that's strong preaching. That's very real preaching. Wow, that's the way it was then. See? People get forced purification here. Yeah, I know people. They go over, they see this video, and you go, hey, just glancing at it, just exercises them, just brings it right out, man. That's thank you. Good, a little more out. Look at tomorrow. Look again. It'll be there. Another video. He's doing it again. And after a while, I go, wow, maybe this is important. See, whether they ask, see the verse. I got to be the verse. Well, you got to be the verse. You got to be these verses. Otherwise, there's no real preaching. Whether they asked for it or not, he gave it. See, that's what we do. Whether you ask for it or not, we're going to preach it, man. Whether you're asked for it or not, you're going to see it, what it looks like. We're following orders. It's like the policemen, right? They go and they do all their dastardly things and put people in jail for protesting and all that, and then they hide behind it and they say they're following orders. I do the same thing. Transcendental policemen we're making here. This is an academy for the police, transcendental police, you know. And what do we say? Same thing. We're just following the orders, man. We've been ordered to by Lord Caitanya through the disciplic line of Prabhupada and Krishna to do this, to execute this, to execute Maya. Just execute. Put her in the electric chair. See, that's when you get ecstatic devotion. We put you in the electric chair and execute your Maya. See, and then that old self dies. See, and then you're revitalized. You got then you live with and then you like the electricity. You got new life, an electrified life, right? It burns up the false ego, just electrocutes it. What does Fernando say there, Lolita?
Yeah, because I know the answer is in one of the songbooks, but I don't know where else to find it. What about the offenses against the holy name? The seventh one, to sin in the hope that the holy name will erase the sin.
Oh yeah, that's if you're not realized. I don't hope. I may commit some sins. I say I had a beer. I have my coffee. This is probably a sin. Probably no coffee. Probably a sin, but I'm not hoping that it just happens. That I'm free.
You know it. You know that.
Yeah, I just chant for heaven. I'm not thinking, committing sin. I'm going to commit sin. I'm not like, thinking like that's like something strange, No, I just I just like to chant, man. I'm not thinking I'm going to get over sin, or I'm not going to do sin. I'm not thinking about that at all. I'm just thinking I'm just so happy to be with Krishna. I just like coming here every day and chanting holy. I like going out on Sankirtan, chanting God's name. I just love talking about Krishna. I'm just too busy thinking about loving Krishna to think about, to put it on a mental plane. Am I going to give up? Am I going to commit some sins, like premeditative, and then I'm going to give it up and by chanting and purify then I'm going to go out. I got a big plan. I'm going to go out to sin. That's all neophyte shit, man. You want to get on that, this is, or you want to come and be like this, you just come and you chant and you get so engrossed in chanting it becomes natural to you. Don't even think sin, no sin. You just go and be natural, and you don't have to put a fork in the machinery. Krishna will take care of you, take care of the sins or no sins or whatever it is. You're not even thinking on that plane. I don't think about that. I don't think about, is today Ekadasi? Is it? I just go on worshiping Krishna in this way. I know just by tasting the nectar of the name, tasting the nectar of the holy scriptures, tasting the nectar of preaching the absolute truth, that all will be well, because it is well now. I live in the eternal now. Does that sound good to anybody? If you want to live like that, we teach this kind of lifestyle. Otherwise, stay on the neophyte level, on the mental platform. Let's see, what day is this? Is this today a Vaishnava holiday? Is this Krishna's birthday? Is this a special day? Is that a special day? Is this not a special day? I don't live. Every day is special. Every day is a holiday. Every day is a fun day. This is the fun house. This is where you laugh, you cry. It's like going to a carnival every day. You like that life? You want to be like that? Or you want to go and follow these gurus that teach you a lot of other things, a lot of things to think about, and to worry about, and to feel your guilt because you ate this or didn't eat that. Or do you want Krishna to make all the adjustments naturally, like with Fanny? You like that? You want to be like Fanny, where she was a smoker and all of a sudden Krishna drew out the smoke in her, and then she stopped smoking spontaneously. Spontaneous advancement here.
Okay, I'm Queen Kunti. I'm married to everyone who's got Krishna in them. Man or woman.
Oh, she.
Yeah, this is great. I was wondering, where is River there? There she is.
It's true. The whole shebang.
Good. I'm glad you and Govinda are having a good time there. It's nice to have devotees over, huh?
Yay. Oh.
Yeah. Especially when you get over all that conditioning. All that stuff is conditioning. See, that's how you know you're advancing is when you get over if you get together and your conditioning starts popping off. And then you're just relating to the conditioning, triggering it, But once that's out more, then you get together like devotees. It's just nice to be around devotees, and they're very ecstatic, So there's some of that in the intermin. This is like a halfway house to get over this stuff. What else there, Lalita?
I read what he wrote.
Oh, there's Freddie, and it sent them new.
Yeah. You want me to read what Freddie says, or Amy, or
whatever you read, whatever.
Amy says, yeah, and I love that also. What she says, I love what you are saying right now. You do this just to be with Krishna because you're in love, for no other reason. And of course, it's not a business. It's not a business of God. I'm gonna do this, so then you will forgive me that, and then. And love always makes everything better and more wonderful. You just worship because you want to be with him, and all the rest you forget. You just forget it.
That's why this is an adjustment for the Vaidis, because they're not used to that. It's like so different. Yeah, they're used to like a controlled, methodical, but that's all in the mental plane. That's why you come here, you'll get purified very quickly, because it's a new way of worshiping the Lord. But that's why you need to pick up the vibrations, be purified by the vibrations, purified by the words, speaking about this level. Otherwise, you can't figure it out. This is all in line. It's Radha taught this. Radha said in her ecstasy, she says, I don't understand the rules and the regulations to worshiping the supreme controller. See, that's the Vishnu, supreme controller. That's the God that nobody knows. Okay, I only worship Krishna for happiness. I mean, that's what I'm preaching here. That's what I teach here by example. That's my path. I only worship for Krishna for happiness. I don't know. I've never been the type that wants to control everything and the disciplines involved. I just worship Krishna for happiness. I've done it from the very beginning, was the attraction for me. I worship Jesus for happiness. I worship Prabhupada for happiness. I worship their words for happiness. I worship the name for happiness. And when I got off the path, it was all people were trying to teach me to do it another way. And I tried. I tried to worship Krishna following Narayan Raj's rules. Worship Krishna for the rules and try to get there. But I was already there. And then I got out of there. I got off of the space. I lost the realization. I lost the path. I lost the ecstasy. So that was a lesson. And I get the same thing with ISKCON. I followed their path. I followed, just work. And I got off this path that I was always on from the beginning. So I developed an appreciation for what was been brought to me, and I distribute that now. I'm full confidence that that's all you need. And all you need is a taste of this, and you'll see what I'm saying. And many of you have. You just keep on drinking this nectar. That's the path of prema. The devotees, they just kept on drinking the nectar without any other considerations.
After the class I
Punjari.
did last night,
Yeah, go ahead.
after the class I did in the night, I closed my eyes and I saw Mahaprabhu, this beautiful picture of Mahaprabhu. There's a painting of it in one of the Goswami books. I'm not sure exactly where, but a beautiful one of him just sitting in deep meditation with his eyes closed. It was so beautiful.
Mm.
This gift you've given us, it's the path. I was listening to a Malabar Bass, and I know you used to like him, and I can see you get so high when you listen to him, and the path is clearly shown. It's you, the devotee who's got prema bhakti. It's all over the place and is relishing. It's a beautiful, the way he reads is beautiful. I really love it.
Yeah. Lord Caitanya came to teach the path of relishing his name and words and everything. And so we've got it. We've attained that. We've attained the highest goal of life. Life's ultimate goal, chapter 23, is love of Krishna. That's here. And others can attain it through the devotees who have it. It's that simple. If you go through devotees who don't have it, gurus who don't have it, they have something else. They have austerities, they have renunciations, they have speculations, they have rules, regulations, fastings, varnashram dharma. That's what they got. That's what they'll teach. Or if they're like Prabhupada, they have this and then they still teach you the rules, regulate and all. Okay, well, the Lord ain't dispersing that. He didn't give the order to them for doing that. So now this is the full teaching. See, you see what I have by the mercy of the real line, and we preach it from. See, I take from inside, put it outside. See, the devotee is Vrindavan personified. See, thy will be done on earth as it is inside the devotee. Okay? Vrindavan is inside the devotee. So that will of that Lord to be done on earth is to bring it out. That's why Lord Caitanya showed it. That's why Nityananda got the order to show it. That's why Gaur Haridas got the order to show it. Because look at the result. Look at you guys. Look at the people here. That's why if they come, how can you not be affected by the beauty here, by the poeticness of this whole thing that we're doing? It's so poetic. It's so powerful. It's so ecstatically loving. It's so true. And it's on this planet now. And it's bringing the new world order, just like Klaus Schwab is bringing the reflection of the new world order. It's always like that. When the truth is like this being brought forth, the reflection, the lie, the deception is also coming at the same time. See, you notice when Lord Krishna came, who else came? The false Krishna, Pundraka. You notice when the real prophets came, the false prophets came. It's always like that. When the light comes, the reflection is just there also. So what are you going to take shelter of? See, when the real guru comes, the false gurus come. The false gurus don't teach like this. They don't have this. Or you're just not ready to, they won't teach you the inner thing. So now it's more like they're the false gurus. They don't have this. Or say they do. Well, no, my guru does have this bhakti that you've got. Well, they're not teaching it, therefore you don't get it. Why wouldn't you go to a guru that has it and is teaching it and showing it and demonstrating? And the best of all, awakening it in you. Their father or their intimate friend is awakening in you because you believe their word and not the other words and the other paths and the other things. Don't I prove? Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, the only qualification you need to have to come here and to get this prema bhakti quickly is to accept the gift. They preach the opposite. Narayan Maharaj didn't say that. He said, no, the prema I got, I'm not sure if he has it because he never showed it. A year and a half, never saw it. So I don't know, maybe you could be sure if you want to. I'm not a blind believer. I want to see if something's real. I know. I'm not kind of like, God has given me some intelligence. This is Kali Yuga. I see what's going on here. And from the popes to these mega churches with these mega ministers, many with mega false egos, and these gurus and these claiming to be deliverers of the universe in the Vaishnavism, and then the politicians, and you think I'm going to blindly believe? The Lord has given me I think, some common sense and real intelligence. And that's what I preach here, common sense and real intelligence. If you want to blindly believe just because they say they have bhakti, I don't care who it is. Go for it. I ain't going to. If they didn't show it, well, I don't know. You got to at least, as I said, you got to at least show it for me, because the Lord has given me the eyes because of that bhakti. I can see what is speculation in a book. I can see a book full of speculations on that whether they know or not. Prabhupada knew the transcendental Lord. Bhakti Siddhanta and Bhakti Vinod. I know they know, but even though I didn't see all that ecstasy, I see in their writing. You got to see somehow. You got to see some signs of either the Ananda or the Chit, the knowledge, the transcendental knowledge. And the Ananda is not enough, because some people have been able to fake it a little bit, and then you don't see it in the realizations. Like some people say, well, I saw this guru, I saw Narayan, I saw this guru, that guru. They had a couple of tears.
They can think about something sad and have like an actor, have a tear. Same with the laughter. Think about something funny and start to laugh, but no realization.
Yeah. Or you can even have a bit of a Mayavadi level of liberation and get a tear or two. See, so the standard I teach is so high and so deep because the Lord shows me and I show the world. But you got to see, where's the real Ananda, the real pure ecstatic love for Krishna is manifest. The uncommon Krishna conscious revelation will be there too. See? So that's what it's a high standard. People, they're not used to seeing this standard. They think you got to be, it's something else, or you got to have some show bottle, See, I just, the internal, just put it out on the planet, man. And just because it's so powerful, it just naturally awakens the consciousness. That's the power of bhakti. That's the power of transcendental knowledge. When it's manifested in this planet through the word and through the emanation. Look at you guys. The planet is being purified by the ecstatic love of the devotees here. What other purification can you get, really? See, intelligence is there, but everyone thinks. Yeah, well, intelligence also, you can have intelligence of a demon. See, intelligence of the demons is very corrupted. See, they're corrupted by opulence. It's just like, the churning, the ocean of the milk. They wanted to churn the ocean, cooperate with the universe, but they wanted to take the head of this because they wanted to be in front. See, when you want to be in front, you're taking the head of the snake. See, being in front is to be a spiritual leader, right? To be in the front, to be a politician. See, but being in the front, there's poison there. See, and the poison is name and fame and false ego. See, then you become disinterested in the truth, and see, so many of the demons first that's why a lot of them go to religion. Very demoniac, they just go, they don't care hook or crook. They even kill gurus sometimes. Prabhupada talked about this. There's even some rumors that maybe he was But you don't see me going like, oh, let's make a whole religion of Prabhupada was this or Bhakti-Siddhanta. Did Prabhupada do that? He said my guru was getting injections, and he was inferring that they were putting poison in the injections. You can check it in the database. He said it. I just see, but he didn't spend. Okay, let's just prove that Bhakti-Siddhanta was. You know how many Vaishnavas are doing that? They spend their whole lives trying to prove Prabhupada was poisoned, or Yeah. Anyway, they can do what they want to do. Everybody's doing what they do. I'm still going to preach this way. Go ahead there, Lalita. I know you're muted, I think.
You preach your preaching, Guru Maharaj. That's nothing more perfect than that.
Yeah.
Nothing is more perfect. No matter what they say.
Yeah. I think I'm going to take a break. 2 hours and 20 minutes. That's enough for a while. Enough fun for a little bit. Kind of catch my breath a little bit, relax. Make a smoothie. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming. Let's play Fanny's favorite song. Make her happy. Krishna.
He would go out at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Haribo. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Holy